Bong Joon Ho is back with his newest film, Mickey 17. Definitely an interesting film. We absolutely should talk about it. Hi, my name's Stu and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now, ever since I saw Parasite for the first time, I immediately became a huge Bong Joon Ho fan. It was only until later that I learned that I had seen a previous film of his, which was Snowpiercer, which is also a really good film. Not quite as good as the rest, but I feel it's definitely an interesting one. So if you see that popping up somewhere, especially on streaming, you should definitely have a look at Snowpiercer. I'm not talking about the Netflix series they made just a few years ago. Can't comment on that, haven't seen it, so don't know how that is quality-wise. The film itself, which came out, I think, was it maybe 2012, 2013, something like that, with Chris Evans, definitely worthwhile watching. Anyway, so Bong Joon Ho is a very interesting director. Parasite was a phenomenal film. I really love that film. I've seen Memories of Murder as well, which I would highly recommend. It's about a real-life murder that happened in South Korea, a serial killer. So that is also very interesting. So yeah, I thought this was weird. It's from the get-go, it seemed very quirky. It's like, oh, it's Robert Pattinson, okay, which, you know, I mean, who I like as well from various things, particularly Batman, of course. But yes, I thought this was an interesting film. For the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, that's interesting. You can immediately tell the whole thing is taking quite a dark turn, and it is a very worthwhile film seeing. So what is Mickey 17 about? Luckily, you can really, without spoiling, just say what the film is about, largely because, yeah, I mean, that is not only in the promotional material, but it's really explained to you in the first 5 minutes of the film. So Mickey, in this case, is Robert Pattinson's character. He is a crew member on a spaceship. They have left Earth because conditions on Earth are becoming difficult for people. So to try and have just a normal life, to try and get away. In this case, he even has some dealings with a loan shark, which makes his decision to leave even more easy. On cruise ships, as you can imagine, you need to fulfill a very specific role to even get onto very limited space. A lot of people want off the planet, not so easy. He signs up to be a so-called expendable. It turns out that in this sort of near future, it's like around, what, 2050, something like that, humans have discovered the way to print humans, so cloning basically, right? And this is what this is about. So he becomes an expendable. We see all sorts of crazy situations where the crew and the ship, they use Mickey to do all sorts of really dangerous, life-risking jobs, because if he dies doing them, oh well, it doesn't matter, just print another one. So it's this crazy sci-fi film about this guy who, you know, he just wants a very simple life. He's got a girl that he wants to be happy with, and he just wants to, yeah, live his daily life the best way he can, but he keeps getting put into these crazy situations where, yeah, this is kind of not possible for him. This ship, by the way, they're on the way to, I've forgotten the planet, what's it? It was on the tip of my tongue there. It's Niflheim, that's it, right. Niflheim, they're on the way to this planet, they're hoping to start a colony there. So you know, it's a big noble mission, the whole thing. And the ship itself is led by this ex-politician. He's played by Mark Ruffalo in a very, very over-the-top way. It's really funny. And he's sort of, you can tell that he loves being in this position where he's basically lording it over all the crew members on the ship. And everyone just does what he wants, even though he's an insane guy. And Mickey gets caught up in the overall purpose, I'll call it, of the humans on Niflheim and what this ship is supposed to achieve, right? That's all I'll tell you about the plot. There are some things that you discover as it goes on, but that is the main plot. We've got this guy who can just be reprinted every time he dies, and accordingly, he is used for some of the craziest and most dangerous jobs around. Yeah. But he's gradually changing what this ship is about. Now, the film itself, it's very quirky, it's very crazy. It feels like a Black Mirror episode in a lot of things. It also, to me, feels like a kind of spiritual successor in some ways to RoboCop, where society and commercialism and all these kind of things are satirized, because a lot of this is, to me, it feels a lot like satire and very dark humor, because I don't know, just how Mark Ruffalo's character, how he just controls what everyone does in the ship and even tells them how many calories they're allowed to have. And it's all very crazy at the same time. He seems very fake himself, you know, fake teeth. He's got this really funny smile and everything. It just feels like a lot like dark humour to me, which I really love. So Bong Joon Ho is obviously himself a fan of that. And he obviously does a lot of social commentary films. So this, in terms of the social commentary and the working class and how they are abused and exploited, etc., feels very much in line with not only Snowpiercer, but Parasite as well. Can't compare it to any other films. I still haven't seen quite a few Bong Joon Ho films, so don't know if there are any more out there that are like this. But it seems to be the way he's currently going, at least. So that much I can tell you. Robert Pattinson in the role is absolutely fantastic. Because we have different Mickeys, they do vary in their behaviour and even their speech patterns, and he just does it flawlessly. It's really fun to watch him. It's really crazy when you see him and you first hear the voice in particular, and you're like, this is the guy who played Batman, who was intimidating, because here he's definitely not intimidating. But he shows a very wide range. Mark Ruffalo definitely had a lot of fun as well in this film, I can tell. I mean, just from the crazy role that he's got. There are actually quite a few characters and actors in this. There are actually a lot more in there than you would feel. There's a lot that happens, but the main gist of it is this, and there's just a lot of really funny dark humour. It's like when like Mickey is being printed, like printers that we have sometimes, so he comes out gradually and then suddenly he just gets pulled back in a wee bit and then he comes out again, just like you have with paper printers that we're used to. So I enjoyed a lot of elements in this. Yeah, it's not his best film ever. I felt that maybe the last third of the story, I think a lot of people are commenting on, oh, it's a bit of a big letdown, etc. I don't feel that. I just feel that if they could have maybe edited down a bit, it does feel a bit long, because it's not as, to me, the first 2/3 of the film are a lot more fun and engaging and significant than the last third. Although the conclusion is a satisfying one within the story, yeah, it just, to me, it feels a bit too long. So that's what I would go for. I wouldn't say, oh no, it's a really terrible ending or anything like that. Not at all. Maybe, you know, shorten it a bit. Then I feel that we've got a really even better film at hand here than it already is. I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening with Bong Joon Ho's future. Unfortunately, this was a really high budgeted film with $118 million. As it looks right now, it's not going to be financially successful. I hope that Hollywood doesn't take the wrong lesson from this, you know, and they continue giving really interesting creators, filmmakers, directors, budgets like this to make what feels like, what is essentially actually an independent film, just on a very big scale. So I definitely recommend watching Mickey 17. Do that if you can. In cinemas, yes, it's lovely to look at. I really enjoyed everything about it. You should check it out. That'll be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It is the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about anything you want to say about Mickey 17 or Bong Joon Ho. Like I say, I really enjoy a lot of his work, and I really do need to get around watching all the remaining films that he's done. Anything you want to say, put it down in the comments below. I'll thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care. Bye.